Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Cryptocurrencies review. Due to public demand and the fact that the Chinese have banned it, makes it all the more relevant to look at it now. And here we've got Bitcoin back above 60,000, as I'm sure you've noticed in all the headlines. Current situation is that we had the breakout through that falling line of resistance from March. That was around the 52,000 level, and really while we're above that, looking for that resistance line projection from February as high as 82,000 perhaps as soon as the end of next month. So it looks like a decent breakout there. We've got the 50 and 200-day moving averages rising at the moment, and it looks as though the 50 to 60% retracement that we had from the April peak down to the July floor going to reverse itself quite well over coming weeks. If you're close to the market, I suppose any dips towards the initial 55, 57,000 resistance of October to date would be a possible buy the dip point to go for. On to Ethereum, which surprisingly doesn't look quite as exciting as Bitcoin at the moment, but although it is exciting in its own way, here we've got this market breaking that May resistance line there at 3,800, just on that over the last 24 hours, and above 3,800, looking for at least 4,500 perhaps well before the end of this month. So a decent play there. Again, 50 and 200-day moving average is rising very well at the moment, and recent initial October support rather around 33, 3,400 held well on the last swing low there. Should expect 4,500 relatively soon. On to Binance, and here a mixture of the other two markets, I suppose. 50-day line still falling actually, but the 200-day line has been the support for this market. We had a key reversal to the upside off the 200-day line, minor bear trap intraday below it as well just last week, and the initial target here up to that top of that trend channel from May as high as $550 perhaps well before the end of this month, maybe over the next week or two. Bigger picture target, I suppose, if you do like this market, up to 1,000, and that's the line of resistance from April. Hopefully we could see that by well before the end of the year, retesting May resistance maybe by the end of next month. That's the kind of setup that we've got at the moment after that late September bear trap below the initial September low there at $344. So doing the right things in terms of breaking higher, inverted head and shoulders, and then pushing higher, hopefully towards that 550 area. This stage, next one to go for is Ripple, which after its rather painful retracement back from 190 or so back towards the 50 cents area that we had from April to June, we had a decent recovery here. A bit of a 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, or 1.5 steps back at least. But above the 50-day line at 108, looking for that line of resistance there from April. That should be the big trigger for this market at $1.25. We can break that relatively soon then. 150 or so should follow relatively soon. That's the top of the May rising trend channel. Perhaps as soon as the end of next month, hopefully break that 125 area before the end of this month. Moving along to Cardano, which surprisingly sheepish in terms of its price action. It's sort of a trap between the September floor there around 190 and recent resistance at 250, let's call it, and the 50-day line 240. So we would like to see an end of day close above that relatively quickly, maybe in the next week or two. If we can get that, then this market should be on its way towards the top of the rising trend channel from February, as high as $3.30, maybe as soon as the end of next month. So things hopefully starting to move there for Cardano. On to Dogecoin, which was the, I suppose, the joker in the pack as far as the cryptos were concerned, thanks to Elon Musk and others. Here we're just seeing this market trying to break that August resistance line there at 24 cents. We can do that over the weekend, then hopefully we're on the road to the top of that rising June trend channel as high as 40 cents by the end of next month. Interesting that we've had the 50-day line cross below a sharply rising 200-day line earlier this month. That gives us a setup for a golden cross the next time the 50-day line catches up with the 200-day moving average, and typically the strongest part in the cycle is the run up to a golden cross. So we do have that up our sleeve for Dogecoin at the moment, or at least in the next few weeks. Finishing off with Bitcoin Cash, and here this is probably the market which had the most painful retracement from the May peak, so up towards 1600, then back to around 400, which is obviously not for widows and orphans. It might create a few widows and orphans, that kind of move. Current situation is we've just broken up above the 50-day moving average at $606. Initial target here up to 690, which is that line of resistance from April, maybe by the end of this month, and then going on to next month, the possibility of $860, which is the top of that rising June trend channel. So pretty well set up for Bitcoin Cash as well at the moment, despite that rather catastrophic setback from May. But that's obviously what all the world of crypto is about these days. That's it from me today. More updates next time.